So leadership and commitment is the number one key success factor in an effective management system, in my experience. If it's not there, sometimes we see the responsibilities for implementation of the management system kind of delegated right out to someone else, and the result coming out of that is predictable. If you follow the history of the standards, whenever ISO revises and re-releases a standard, they always seem to up the ante a little bit on what's expected of top management leadership and commitment. It really is because it's that number one success factor if you're going to achieve the kind of safety, environment, quality or other performance that you're looking for under your management system.
Commitment from a leadership point of view for a management system is actually allocating enough resources to it. So that could be in terms of the manpower or in terms of the team that actually running it, and also in terms of the infrastructure. So you see that quite often a lot of companies fail on providing enough resources to maintain the management system. That's the first thing. From a management or leadership point of view, you need to allocate enough resources to your management system and also do the management review, obviously. So you've got all the areas that you monitor the performance of the management system, and you can reallocate the resources accordingly.
Traditionally, we found that in many organizations, the CEO and the executive management team turned around and said, you, quality management, safety management, environment, that's your job. Just tell us if something goes wrong. We're not going to do anything else around it. We've got a business to run. The changes to the standard are that isn't good enough anymore. You need to show that as top management of the business, you are getting involved with the system and that you live and breathe the theories and the fundamental processes that you dictate out to your people. Leadership and commitment mean that the management team, when challenged, can prove to the people within their organisation that they care, that they're in there with it, they're not above the law, they're not above the policies, they're not above the processes. Live and breathe it. It is cliche to say, but it is absolutely 100% true. People follow bosses. People, whether they realise or not, they will follow the behaviours of their organisation or seniors, and if you see that the top management is complying, they will comply.
Leadership, and particularly commitment from leadership, in my mind, is the fulcrum of the system. So it's the center of the wheel that basically holds everything together. Leadership is key for the development of the system, the commitment, the resourcing, all of those characteristics are essential. And if you pull the center of the wheel out, the entire wheel collapses.
Leadership and commitment is the cornerstone of any management system in order to demonstrate that it is effective within a business. If you have a very good, structured, documented management system, but you don't have leadership and commitment to that, then effectively you may just have a heap of well-written documents sitting in a folder that are not really doing much. They're maybe meeting a requirement of an audit, but they're not really driving anything within the business. Leadership and commitment is critical in order for a system to be well implemented, to have the resources and infrastructure to make a management system function, and importantly, to drive the culture within the business, whether that be associated to health and safety, environmental, food safety, lean, or any other requirement which the scope of your management system is trying to achieve. Only an effective management system, well implemented with that commitment from leadership, is really truly going to function as well as it should and provide the return on investment to which that management system should give.
It means that the leadership team are actively involved in the system and promoting it throughout the business, that they're holding people accountable, that when they're developing people's objectives, that they've included it in their part of the reviews, they're holding the management meetings and they're seeking feedback, and that they're ensuring that people are working within that system, calling them out if they're not.
Okay, leadership and commitment for me, really one of these really keystones to a good management system. We need to obviously have this leadership to help set up the management system, to help drive the management system, to help maintain the management system, and to help get all the right people who are involved in the management system working together and working towards a common goal. So without leadership and commitment, I think any management system, and most of my experience here is in the safety world, but it will apply to all the other management systems as well, that system is likely to either fail or underperform if you don't have this key element of leadership and commitment.
If you enjoyed this video, click on the link to view the next compliance conversation.